This is for those of you who are busy parents, got kids, got lives, got work, got family, all of that, and you still need to train. And a big shift that you'll need to take is just being more efficient with your time training. Now, I've got two kids right now, two under 3 years old. They're at home with us. They don't go to daycare, nothing like that. So they're at home with us all the time. We have multiple businesses to run online, so we are home with them all day as well. So different circumstances, but it still means that we have to be able to be efficient with our training. And there are a few little things you can do to do that and still get stronger, bigger, fitter, whatever it is that is your goal. So let's just start with strength training. One of the easiest things you can do is just pick one main lift for the day and you just hit that one hard. So for example, if you're a weightlifter, you might snatch or clean and jerk, whatever it is. If you're a powerlifter, you might squat, bench, or deadlift. If you're just a physique or just trying to look good, then you could just, again, pick one main movement. For example, you could squat and you could just nail that hard. You'll get that done within 20 minutes if you're efficient. And if you're doing lower reps, high reps, whatever it is. After that, if you have time, you can do some of your extra accessory work, or you can hit another exercise hard. So you could do a full body session where you squat and do some kind of upper body movement. Or if you're doing an upper body movement, you can actually just superset that, so you get two movements done in one. With upper body, you can superset. Lower body is not so effective. So that's something you can do to save some time. Another one is you can hit your main lift and you can do body weight accessory work. So you can just, again, if you squat as your main movement, you can do like push-ups and pull-ups for a rep goal. So for example, say you're aiming for 50 reps and you're trying to finish in the least number of sets possible. Again, that whole entire session will take you up to about 30 minutes. So you can get that done relatively quickly. If you're not in the gym, again, you can do things at home on the couch, Bulgarian split squats, decline push-ups. You can even use bands and do band rows. There's lots of different options you can do, but the goal is to just hit one main thing hard and then don't worry about everything else. Because what can happen is people will get into these body part or bro splits and they'll have chest day, back day, whatever it is. And then it's bench press, dumbbell inclines, chest flies. It's just so many different exercises. You're not going to, well, let's just say you're not going to get through it. It's just going to be time consuming to get through it and not as time efficient as if you're doing something like a full body or just focusing on a main compound lift and not worrying about all the small stuff for now, because you have other priorities in your life. So you just need to make sure that that time efficiency is there. Again, as I mentioned, for weightlifters, you could just snatch and then you can maybe do some snatch pulls. Another day you could do clean, you could just do clean pulls. You can kind of go wherever you want. If you're not feeling up for doing those, you can just squat. Lots of different options. Now, for people who are more into, say, the quote unquote fitness or cardio or conditioning side, there is a lot of good research with sprint interval training. Done on a bike is a better option for most people as a way to improve mitochondrial function and mitochondrial content. So essentially creating new mitochondria and being more efficient with exercise, and you'll get fitter, you'll recover faster, everything all within 5 minutes of training. So you can get that done after your weight training or just as a standalone session instead of spending an hour going for a run, for example. And yes, people talk about zone 2, and a lot of the stuff that's been talked about zone 2 is complete bullshit. It's just pushed by health gurus, I guess attaching to a trend, which is unfortunate. But sprint intervals are going to give you a lot of the benefits and more in a fraction of the time. I'm talking 5 to 10 minutes. For example, 2 sets of 30 seconds with 60 seconds rest is enough to push your conditioning to another level. Do that a couple of times a week. It'll take you 5 minutes, and that way you're not having to slug long hours on the road. Now, obviously, if you are a endurance athlete, it'll be slightly different. But for most of you who are just looking to maybe stay healthy, stay in shape, or just generally improve your conditioning, you can go down the sprint interval route, and it's going to be far more time efficient for you to make those conditioning gains. So this is just some of the things that you can do to essentially make your training more efficient. And honestly, you're probably going to make better gains than a lot of other people who are doing a lot of fluff in the program, because you actually just focused on that one thing and hitting it hard. And you can pick whatever you like in terms of set reps on these main movements. If you're going for more of a strength emphasis, you can work up to like a heavy set of 1, 2, or 3, then do some back offs of sets of 3 to 5. If you're wanting to do a more hypertrophy based style session, you could even work up still to a set of 1 to 5, and you can do some back offs of sets of like 6 to 8. you know, these are the things that you can just modify within the training program itself that honestly don't matter so much. As long as you're hitting it with intent and hitting it hard, you're going to be just fine. So think about some of that and how you can kind of manipulate some of your training. A really good book on this is Dinosaur Training by Brooks Kubik. Honestly, one of my favorite training books. Really takes you through like the simplicity of just basic hard heavy training, and it'll be something that will set you on the right path, I think, at least for time efficient training. So if you have any questions, throw them down in the comments so I can actually answer them in the next video, and I'll catch you there.